Have you ever looked at your investment portfolio or the broader stock market on a random Wednesday afternoon, only to see it suddenly drop off a cliff or perhaps shoot straight up to the moon within seconds? If you look at the clock and it's exactly 2 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States, you haven't witnessed a glitch in the matrix. You've just experienced the immediate shockwave of the Federal Reserve. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the ultimate boss battle of the financial markets, the FOMC meeting and the Jerome Powell press conference. For beginners, the Federal Reserve, often just called the Fed, can feel like a secretive club of wizards speaking in ancient, incomprehensible language. They use terms like quantitative tightening, disinflationary trends, and terminal rates. But here's the secret. You don't need a PhD in economics to decode what they are saying. In this video, we're going to take you from absolute beginner to confident market observer. We will break down exactly what the FOMC is, how to read their mysterious meeting minutes, how to interpret the famous dot plot, and most importantly, how to translate Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's heavily scripted press conferences into plain English. Let's start with the shallow end of the pool. What exactly is the FOMC? It stands for the Federal Open Market Committee. This is the branch of the United States Federal Reserve responsible for making monetary policy decisions. Simply put, they're the people who control the money supply and set the baseline interest rates for the world's largest economy. Because the U.S. dollar is the world's reserve currency, their decisions ripple across the entire globe, affecting everything from tech stocks in New York to property prices in Melbourne. The Fed has what we call a dual mandate given to them by Congress. They have two primary jobs. Job number one, keep inflation in check. Their target is historically around 2% per year. Job number two, maximize employment. They want as many people working as possible without causing the economy to overheat. To achieve these goals, they use their primary weapon, the federal funds rate. Think of the economy as a car. If the car is going too fast and the engine is overheating, which is inflation, the Fed presses the brakes by raising interest rates. This makes borrowing money more expensive. Mortgages go up, credit card rates go up, businesses stop expanding, and eventually, the economy slows down. If the car is stalling and we are heading into a recession, meaning high unemployment, the Fed steps on the gas pedal. They lower interest rates, making money cheap to borrow, encouraging businesses to hire and people to spend. Every 6 weeks, the FOMC meets to decide whether to press the brake, step on the gas, or just coast. And the market hangs on their every single word. Before we look at the documents, you need to learn the two most common words used in financial media on a Fed day, hawkish and dovish. If the FOMC is hawkish, it means they are aggressive. 3 weeks after the meeting, they release the FOMC meeting minutes. The minutes are detailed, behind-the-scenes transcript of what the committee members actually argued about during the meeting. How do Wall Street professionals read these documents? They don't just read them. They compare them to the previous meeting's documents using a redline comparison. They're looking for tiny, microscopic changes in vocabulary. Let me give you a real-world example of how a single word can move billions of dollars. Imagine in January, the Fed statement says, the committee anticipates that ongoing increases in the target range will be appropriate. This is incredibly hawkish. They're telling you point blank, we're going to keep raising rates. But then, in the March statement, they changed the sentence to, the committee anticipates that some additional policy, firming, may be appropriate. Did you catch the difference? They changed ongoing increases to some additional, and they change will be to may be. To the untrained eye, it sounds like boring bureaucratic jargon. But to the market, this is a massive dovish signal. The Fed went from a guarantee of raising rates, will, to a mere possibility, may. Within seconds of a computer algorithm reading that one word change from will to may, the stock market might rally hundreds of points. When you read the minutes 3 weeks later, you're looking for the words some or several. If the minutes say, several participants noted that inflation remains stubbornly high, that is hawkish. If it says, many participants express concerns about a slowing labor market, that is dovish. The exact head count, whether it was a few, some several, or many committee members, tells you which direction the internal winds are blowing. 4 times a year, in March, June, September, and December, the Fed gives us a special treat. Alongside the statement, they release the SP, the Summary of Economic Projections. This includes the infamous dot plot. If you want to understand the Fed, you must understand the dot plot. The FOMC consists of up to 19 officials. In the dot plot, every single official gets one anonymous dot. They place their dot on a chart to show exactly where they think interest rates will be at the end of the current year, the next year, and the year after that. As an investor, you don't care about the highest dot or the lowest dot. You care about the median dot, the one right in the middle. Let's look at an example. Let's say in June, the median dot for the end of the year was sitting at 4.5%. But when September rolls around, inflation has been hotter than expected. The Fed releases a new dot plot, and suddenly, the median dot has moved up to 5%. What does this tell you? It tells you that the collective mind of the Federal Reserve has realized they need to keep rates higher for longer. This is a hawkish shock. Even if they didn't raise rates on that specific day, the dot plot tells the market that more pain is coming in the future. However, a word of warning for beginners. The dot plot is a projection, not a promise. As Jerome Powell himself has said, the dot plot is not a formalized plan. It is just what the officials think today based on current data. If the data changes next month, the dots will change. Never treat the dot plot as a guaranteed roadmap. Treat it as a weather forecast. Now we reach the deepest, most complex, and most exciting part of the day. It is 2:30 p.m. The initial shock of the written statement has passed. Chairman Jerome Powell walks up to the podium for the live press conference. This is where the real magic and the real danger happens. The press conference is divided into 2 parts, his prepared remarks and the unscripted Q&A with financial journalists. Often, the market will experience what traders call a whipsaw. A whipsaw is when the market violently shoots in one direction at 2 p.m. and then violently reverses in the exact opposite direction at 2:30 p.m. Let's walk through a classic whipsaw example. At 2 p.m., the written statement is released. It's very hawkish. The Fed raises interest rates, and the written text says inflation is still far too high. The stock market hates this. The S&P 500 immediately drops 1.5%. But at 2:30 p.m., Powell starts taking questions. A journalist asks him, "Chairman Powell, are you worried about the recent rise in unemployment?" Powell leans into the microphone and says, "We are carefully monitoring the labor market. We recognize that our policies operate with a lag, and we do not want to cause unnecessary economic pain." Boom! The trap is sprung. The algorithm and human traders hear the words, policies operate with a lag and unnecessary economic pain. They interpret this to mean Powell feels bad for the economy. He is secretly preparing to pause the rate hikes soon. This is a deeply dovish signal. Suddenly, the market that was down 1.5% reverses completely, shooting up to close the day 2% in the green. This is why, as a beginner, you must look at the Fed chairman's tone. Is he emphasizing the risks of high inflation, hawkish? Or is he suddenly emphasizing the risks of a recession and job losses, dovish? Powell is a master of nuance. He will often deliver a hawkish written statement to satisfy the aggressive members of his committee, but use a dovish, comforting tone in the press conference to calm the stock market down. So, how do you actually apply this to your own investing strategy? Let me leave you with 3 golden rules for navigating the FOMC. Rule number 1. Do not trade the 2 p.m. spike. The initial market reaction to the written statement is often wrong. It is driven by computers reacting to keywords. The real market trend for the week is established during the last 15 minutes of Powell's press conference, around 3:15 p.m., once human analysts have digested the nuance of his answers. Wait for the dust to settle. Rule number 2. Use the CME FedWatch Tool. You don't have to guess what the market is expecting. Go to Google and type in CME FedWatch Tool. This is a free website that uses federal funds futures data to calculate the exact mathematical probability of what the Fed will do at the next meeting. If the tool says there is a 95% chance the Fed will leave rates unchanged, and they actually leave them unchanged, the market won't move much because it was already priced in. Market shocks only happen when the Fed does something the FedWatch tool didn't predict. Rule number 3, watch the 2-year Treasury yield. Forget the stock market for a second. If you really want to know how the smart money is interpreting the FOMC meeting, look at the 2-year U.S. Treasury yield. The bond market is considered the smartest market in the world. If the 2-year yield spikes upward during Powell's speech, it means the bond market thinks the Fed is going to keep rates high. If the 2-year yield drops, it means the bond market is calling Powell's bluff and predicting rate cuts are coming. Understanding the Federal Reserve is like learning to read the weather patterns before setting sail. You can't control the wind, but if you know a storm is coming, you can adjust your sails. By paying attention to the shift from Hawkish to Dovish language, respecting the projections of the dot plot, and reading between the lines of Jerome Powell's press conferences, you will transition from a reactive beginner to an informed, strategic investor. Next time it's a Wednesday afternoon and the market starts going crazy, you won't panic. You'll know exactly what's happening. You'll know the Fed is speaking. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mechanics of wealth and finance. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.